Welcome to Shalaborate. I'm Kath.
And I'm Kyra. This is our podcast for the girls, from the girls.
We're telling our stories, hyping up women who inspire us, and shalaborating every step of the way.
It's time to give you the girl talk you've been waiting for. Let's get into it.
Welcome back, Shalaborators.
Hello, and welcome to episode 2. Big deal, our second recording, and today we want to do a little game show. It is things that are for the girls and things that are for the boys.
Or things that are not for the girls and things that are not for the boys.
We each made a little list, and we're going to cold react to each other's list. We'll go one for one, and we're going to present our opinion and then argue it and come to a consensus. We want to hear you guys' opinions. Little disclaimer, we are for equality. It's meant to be fun.
Anyone can do any of the above activities.
However, we want to hear your opinions because I have some evidence on some of these. So
cold, hard
evidence.
facts.
Yes, I've been doing some market research, as they say. So, okay, do you want to go first?
I will start.
Okay.
And this is from a direct engagement that I had the other day.
Okay.
Smelling candles in a store.
I feel like for anyone.
Nope.
You feel like not for anyone?
No, strictly for the girls, not for the boys.
So boys are supposed to just run up, grab a candle,
and they're
take it
supposed
home.
to be like,
I will say, there are definitely candles that are marketed for that exact purpose. I saw some candles recently. They were covered in a wrap, like that cellophane wrap.
Okay.
So you couldn't open them and smell them. You
Okay.
didn't know. And all of them were like pine woods, forest campfire,
men's deodorant.
Yeah, like they were
very manly.
They were all smells that I was like, a boy might put this in his apartment. How many candles is acceptable in a boy apartment? Like, you go to a guy's apartment, you've never been there before, he has 20 candles.
That's too many candles. I think the oral effect, so it makes it smell
Like
good.
ambiance. Okay.
No. If it's for the ambiance, maybe.
I'm thinking romance.
No. I'm thinking more okay, he cares what his place smells like.
Okay.
Throw a candle in there. I don't know.
A candle in the bathroom.
A candle in the bathroom, a candle in the kitchen. But
Wait, tell me about your engagement.
I was just in
what happened?
the commissary, as one does, and I was just, bopping my way through the aisles, and I look over into the aisle, into the candle cleaning section, and I see this guy huffing a candle, sniffing a little candle up to his face, and I was like, for the girls only. He was vulnerable.
He shouldn't be selling candles.
I don't know. He shouldn't have been doing it alone, maybe.
Okay.
And I, as soon as I saw it, I was just immediately overcome with smelling candles is for the girls, not for the guys.
Okay. All right.
And that's where I rest.
I will concede to you. I'll accept this. Tell us your opinions. Okay, my first one.
Okay.
The dump. I don't mean taking a dump. I mean the physical place going to the dump. My opinion is that is for the boys. And this is where I'm talking about my cold evidence. So never in my life have I ever been to a dump. I've never been to a landfill, nothing like that. Surprising because we have a little homestead and I always have a bunch of crap that I need to throw away. Scrap wood. I do lots of woodworking projects. I always have tons of garbage that I want to throw away. I've always just put it out by the curb. Apparently, you're not supposed to do that. Apparently they're not supposed to take it. They've always taken it from me.
I thought for sure they were supposed to take it. Didn't know.
I hope this doesn't get my trash man in trouble because they always take it and they're always nice to me. And no, then I get married. Now all of a sudden, my husband is like, no, we got to take that to the dump. Let's just take it to the dump.
So it's common knowledge amongst men
to take things to the dump.
I didn't know. Further evidence that the dump is for men.
That it's only for men. So he had taken things there a bunch of times and I never really went with him. Then finally one day I was like, I'm kind of curious. What does this place look like? I'm picturing a junkyard or something full of cars.
They're smashing cars.
Yes, that's what I'm imagining in my mind. So, because I've never been there. So we go there and it's only men in like kind of older vehicles, and there's like a cliff, and you throw the stuff off of the cliff into organized like bins. There's no talking. Like you pull up, there is a man there like watching you. You pull up, no interaction. You read the sign, you go to the section that you're supposed to go to, you grab your stuff, you throw it off the ledge. You don't pay, you don't do anything.
Are these rules like known? Are they posted?
There are signs, but they are very confusing to the point of like I'm asking my husband, I'm like, what is this classified as? Like this hunk of wood, is this like household waste? Is this like what is this? He knew. Like he was like, no, it goes right over here. I want to see if there is ever a woman there.
Not a soul in
by
sight.
herself. No, I have seen other women there, only with their husbands, and they never get out of the car. The men do all the throwing off of the ledge, and my husband, like, we'll have stuff. It can definitely go by the curb. He's like, I'll take it to the dump. He likes going to the dump.
Is it like cathartic for them?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to suss it out of him to be like, why do you like going to the dump? Have you ever made friends at the dump? He's like, I've never once talked to somebody at the dump.
It's an unspoken rule.
Never once spoken to anyone at the dump. This is my evidence I present that landfills and dumps are for men.
For the boys.
They like it. It's for the boys. They enjoy it.
They can keep that.
It's a hobby.
They can keep that. I'm all right with that. All right, my number 2.
Okay.
Eating soup in a public place.
There's some delicious. What kind of soup?
So, obviously it's person dependent. And I bring this up. One time on a deployment, I was meeting a very high-ranking officer at this restaurant. We were going to eat dinner, just wanted to like get to know the team, whatever. Okay. What is my dumbass order? Soup. Let me just like slurp up this soup while I'm trying to like talk to this high-ranking officer. So, for my opinion, is for nobody.
It's for nobody.
Nobody needs to be slurping soup.
What about a cup of soup before your meal, the appetizer?
I mean, if you want to be doing that in public, like that's on you.
So when you say public, do you mean people that you're close friends with, like at a restaurant, no one else is really going to see you? Or like first date? Would you eat soup on a first date?
Absolutely not. I mean, I don't care about that. I probably would, but like work environment?
No?
Not a chance. I'm not doing that anymore.
I feel like a lot of fancy dinners, they give you soup before the meal.
They shouldn't be.
You think it's a faux pas?
They shouldn't be.
Here's the question. Are you supposed to scoop away from you or towards?
You shouldn't be doing either because you shouldn't be ordering soup. I just feel like that experience probably scarred me because the whole time I was like eating that soup and I was like, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be eating this soup right now. I was very self-conscious, and ever since then, a lot of these for me. Did anyone call
you out?
Yeah, I told someone. They're like, "What did you order?" And I was like, "A soup, like a freaking idiot." And they're like, "Wow, that was a power move." I don't even remember what it was. But then we talked smack about what he ordered too, so I just turned it around.
What did he order?
I think he ordered like a burger. I was so consumed with the fact that I ordered soup.
Okay, if you had it on a first date.
Yeah.
If you both order soup.
Here's the thing. I'm less concerned about me. I'm more concerned about him. I'm just going to be honest. If he's slurping up his soup,
it's
probably a no for me.
No. Okay. Mine is also a eating, drinking.
Okay.
One, cutting your sandwich in half. Who's that for?
Well, I know for a fact it's for the girls.
I love a cut sandwich. When my sandwich is cut in half, first off, if I go to a sub shop, I love a sub shop. Love an Italian sub. Probably the ultimate food is an Italian sub. Cut in half. When you get to that middle of the sub, that is where I want to start eating. Like at the middle. Yes. So when it's cut, it's perfect.
Yep.
I don't think guys cut their sandwiches. It's just one extra 10-second step. Makes it a million times better. I don't think guys do that. I have no evidence of this.
I don't know.
I need
more evidence.
I need proof, yeah. When you start eating from the middle of the sandwich, it's incredible. It's so much better.
I've got a hot take, and the only person that is allowed to get away with this is my dad.
Okay. I love your dad.
He is just like a national treasure.
He is.
He is, gosh, I can't.
The sweetest man.
The sweetest man. He eats the sandwich, like, what would this be? for our listeners.
Like a typewriter.
Like a
Like
typewriter?
a corn on the cob.
Like a corn on the cob. Like from the outside to the outside. I don't know.
Like not long, not
Not
hot
hot dog
dog
style, hamburger style.
style.
This man eats the sandwiches like a savage. I don't know. But he can do it because he's John. He can do that.
Even if it's cut in half, he still does that. A sub sandwich.
that I do not know.
All right.
Right.
Your next one.
All right. Eye masks. And when I say eye masks, I mean you're trying to get some sleep. Probably in a public place. I don't care what you do in the privacy
In
of
an
your own home.
airplane.
Right, you're in an airplane, you're in an airport.
Mhm.
You know, you're just trying to get some Z's, whatever. You put on an eye mask. Are you a girl? Are you a guy? Are you both?
So I knew you were going to bring this one. So I asked some guys at work, hey, you're taking a long flight. It's an overnighter. You're going to Africa. You're going to the Middle East. This is going to be a long flight. You're given an eye mask. What do you do with it? Two separate guys from my work said, I'm going to fling it like a rubber band at someone else.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
Two separate guys said that. One guy said, is it comfy? I said, yeah, it can be as comfortable as you want. It's the premier eye mask. It's the eye mask of all eye masks. But I was like, yeah, it's the premier eye mask. Are you going to wear it? And I was kind of like trying to bait him into it. He was like, no, 0% chance I'm wearing that thing.
See, yeah, and
He was
that's how
like,
I feel.
he's like, if the second I put that on, everyone is taking pictures of me and I'm not living it down.
You're not.
He was like, I feel like his response told me eye masks are not for the boys. But they are nice. I love an eye mask.
So I personally do not. This is where this story originates. We got off the flight. I was sitting next to this guy, super cute guy. We're like halfway in. We're chatting a little bit. Like, I think it was an overnighter. I mean, in our
It was a long
experience,
flight.
it was chaos,
Yeah.
right? And then he like slips on this eye mask, and immediately I was like, nope.
The eye mask ruined it.
I mean, not like anything was gonna happen, but I was
Yeah.
like, I know now in my heart of hearts that eye masks are solely for girls and that they're not for the boys. And I feel very, very strongly about that.
Well, good news. It seems like the boys know because when I polled people at work, yeah, they were not for them. Okay, this one might be really controversial. I don't want to hurt people's feelings. For just a little caveat to this, I can do this. I can do this well. I've done this many times. However, driving a manual car, I feel like is for the boys. And I'll tell you why. Because girls, like, come on, we have better things to be doing than having both of our hands on the shifter, the Prindle, whatever it is, and having your foot on the clutch. There's like a lot of things going on. Like, I hate driving. I literally hate driving. It is my least favorite
Thing to
activity.
do.
If I was a millionaire, I would hire a driver yesterday.
Really?
It would be the only extravagant thing I would have. I would stay in the South. I would stay in nothing would my favorite store would still be the Goodwill, the GW. But let me tell you,
GW, if you will.
G-Dub, if you will, I would get a driver. In my mind, driving manual is for the boys.
Would you
It's
drive?
2025. Why do we need those
Would
old
you-
manual cars?
Would you think about hiring a female driver with a manual car?
I would do that. In fact, I would love a female driver
I
because
would too.
she could like chat. She would know if I was like get me out of here quick.
Yeah,
She would
get
get me
it.
out of there. Yeah, and like a little bit of car chat. That'd be like nice, like car chatter. I'm not opposed to hiring a female driver. I'm not saying females are bad drivers. Nothing like that. I'm saying, you know what? I wouldn't want her to have to drive a manual because what if I'm like, hey, hold this real quick while you're driving.
Girl, why is she holding this up while you're driving? She's your driver. You hold it.
Or what if I get her a milkshake or something as a treat? And now you're trying to drink your milkshake? I'm just saying, you're trying to eat French fries. You go through a drive-thru.
Okay.
You're trying to eat French fries. You can't do that in a manual.
No, you cannot.
I mean, you can. You like my husband does it. He has a manual. For context, we have 2 manual cars. So like, I feel like I'm allowed to have this opinion. But manuals are for the boys.
You know,
And they love them. They love them.
They do.
I'm like, I try to convince my
do.
husband, let's get an
You know
automatic.
what?
He's like, I love a manual.
You know what they love
It's like,
more
what?
than a manual?
An old
Nope.
manual. Oh,
Teaching people how to drive manual. You
I
know how
will
I
say,
know that?
oh,
Learning how to drive manual
from guys.
from a man,
Yeah.
naturally.
I
Naturally.
I also learned from my husband. My husband taught me. So like I can drive a manual. Listen, if I'm ever a millionaire and you become my driver, which who knows, maybe you will be. I'll be taking applications, but I'm gonna ask you on the application, do you want a manual or an automatic? If you say manual, I might hire you
Part
still.
part of
I
the
might hire
application interview process will be you drinking a milkshake while
while
you're
you're driving it because if I bring you a little treat, a little special treat, like a lemon tart or
I mean, it's
something.
2025. People, I'm sure, have figured out how to drink milkshakes and coffees while they're driving
I
a
mean, my
manual.
husband does it, but not me. I'll wreck. For insurance purposes, if you're my insurance company, I would never wreck, ever.
Oh, here's one. This is a situation that happened recently, not to me. So I want to hear your opinion and everyone else's
Is
opinion.
this like when you say, this happened to my friend, not me?
No,
But
like
it actually was
hypothetically.
you? Yeah.
I mean, so this has happened to me. I'm not above this. You know what I
Okay,
mean? Like
okay.
I'm not above
Yeah.
doing this. Leaving your credit card at a bar. You know, you're having a good time, and for whatever reason, a little bit too drunk, you forgot you started a tab, you didn't close it, and the next day you had to go pick it up. Or in this case, I had to go pick it up.
No, I'm telling you that this is for the girls. If you're a guy and you forgot your credit
Don't be
card,
doing that.
they don't do that.
They did this week. I'm walking
And then
into
you had to go, and then you
OB's.
had to go get it.
I'm like, I didn't even sin this weekend.
There's only one place that I perpetually forget my credit card.
Oh, there's a 1 in 2 chance.
Good news is I can go to one bar, be like, "Hi, did I leave my card here?" In fact, there was one time where I went to that one place and they were like, "No, in fact, you told us last night to tell you you were gonna forget it at this other place." And I was like, how responsible of me. Look at me, just looking out for me.
There
Man,
is a 50% chance probably that I'm leaving my car at the bar.
I'm not mad when they tip themselves well. That's good. Like,
There should be.
you're safeguarding my card,
Yeah.
my bank,
That's interest.
my personal information. So what happened with your friend?
I had a good time at O'Donnell's. Happy for you. So happy for you. Text me the next day. Hey, you out running errands? Could be. What's up? Like, might have left my card at O'Donnell's. Can you go pick it up? I'm like, you motherfucker. You little rat. Specifically for the girls.
Yeah, like you cancel your card.
You're like, good
You have
luck.
to cancel your card
Get a
in
new
order
card. Forget that
Which,
happens
by the way, I have done that before.
because you didn't want to go back.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. The shame of walking back into that bar to get that
In the
card.
daylight.
God, it sucks.
Yeah.
It hurts my heart a little bit. But
Yeah.
I got to face the consequences of my actions.
Yeah. It's for the girls.
It's for the
It's for
girls.
So this next one is a little bit of a goofy one, but it
Tell me.
is holding a coffee mug or a coffee cup with both hands and drinking out of it. Like, when you're like, oh, it's so warm and delicious. I'm drinking hot cocoa. I'm in a winter wonderland. And you take a sip with both hands.
So I do know for a fact it is for the girls. And I need to be convinced that the boys are included. What do you have?
So I think it's for the girls.
Only.
I kind of think it's for the girls only.
Yeah, I buy it.
My mind like cannot envision a man holding his coffee mug with two hands around it and drinking. Can you?
Yes, what? I am going to rebuttal a little bit.
Okay. What are you picturing?
Like around a campfire. There we are.
Okay.
They're really cold and they're just like,
I'm mad because you know what you just made me think of? People's canteen cups.
yeah.
Or metal canteen cups. So in the Army, we have these like metal canteen cups. They go around your canteen, but people make coffee sometimes.
It's very versatile.
When you are in the field and someone makes coffee, like actual good coffee with a jet boil or sometimes hot cocoa.
Yeah.
And everyone pours it into their canteen cup. Everyone holds it two hands because there's like these two little metal wire holders, but you don't want to risk spilling that is like liquid gold. So you do not want to risk spilling it, and everyone kind of holds it with two hands because like usually you make it when it's
And
chilly
you don't
out.
want that heat like
Just
escaping
going
into
out.
the air. You want that.
Dang. Okay, holding it with two hands is for everyone.
It's for everyone.
You just
So
like
you might slap the table on that one.
it's for everyone, especially in a canteen cup
Yeah. In like a camping scenario.
or skiing.
Yeah,
Like
like
if
a
you're
little opera
skiing.
ski.
Okay.
All right, I got one.
Okay.
Cold plunges. And here's why I bring this up. When has a girl ever been like, yo, you gotta try these cold plunges? It changed my life.
Okay, no.
Who?
Our friend Poppy, she didn't make me do a cold plunge, but she convinced me to do a cold plunge before.
Okay, we all did it at that Korean spa. But I mean,
hated it.
I know, exactly.
I couldn't even get in.
But I can't tell you how many men I've had like tell me about cold plunges and how life changing it is and how they're like, I'm about to spend like all of this money on this like homemade cold plunge.
My husband
tub.
would love me to build him a cold plunge.
That's what I'm saying. I think that
He's so
benefits are
happy.
great for everyone, but like cold plunges are for the boys.
I wholeheartedly agree.
And I don't want to take
I-
and they can have it.
I
Keep
hate
that.
being cold. I've done cold plunges probably half a dozen times, 6 times. Half a dozen sounds like a lot. It's not that much. 6 times maybe. Every time I hate it. I am
hate
like,
it.
I'm like breathing like I'm suffocating. I'm like, it's always around other people too. So I'm like trying to like hold back my literal shock that I am in when I go into this cold water. And then afterwards, I spend the rest of the day shivering,
Yes.
trying to like warm back up. I don't like it. Saunas are for the girls. Cold plunges are for the boys.
That's it.
Maybe they can make like a his and hers, like this side, you go over there for the cold plunge. That's for boys. This side, you go over to the sauna. It's hot, it's warm, it's nice.
Yes.
On the self-care topic.
Okay.
Okay, spending $300 on skincare to still break out.
Oh, that is I know for the girls.
We know it's for the girls. There's no rebuttal on that
None.
one.
I got nothing for that.
Okay.
Except damn.
All right. This one is having roughly 87 tabs open on your phone or computer at any time.
I believe that is for the girls, and I say that because usually the only people that are making comments about my 87 tabs that are open are the boys.
Every time at work, people are
Like,
like, "Whoa, why do you have so many tabs open?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?
I'm like,
Don't
this-
you just always hit new tab? I never close them.
Yeah,
I
I'm
always
like,
hit new tab.
Welcome
Same-
to how my brain works. Like,
Same-
welcome
exactly.
to what is
Same
constantly
thing
going up here.
on my computer. Every single time my husband helps me with something on my computer, he's like, "So can I close out of some of these?" I'm like, "No."
Does that
Same thing on my phone. I never close them out. You know, I had so many on my phone. At one point, like the Safari browser, it told me like you need to close tabs. And then I was like forced to relook through. I had tabs open from like over a year ago. And I knew what they were about. First off, I knew what they were about.
course.
But also I was like, what if I need this?
I have a question. Does that also work on like your desktop too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anywhere. Any device that I have, if it can have tabs,
It will have them.
it's gonna
It will
have
a lot of them.
Not only is it gonna have every tab open, it's gonna have every app open. I don't like
Yeah.
you know how you force
Yeah.
quit the app?
Yeah.
Only if it's like malfunctioning in some way am I force quitting it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
they're all open.
Yeah. More self-care. I'm divided on this one.
Okay.
I need a little bit of consensus. Bubble baths. I love baths. If I could take a bath over a shower for the rest of my life, I probably would pick that.
Seriously.
I love that.
Do you have like a detachable shower head that you can wash your hair in the bath?
Well, I'm not washing my hair in the bathtub.
All right. So
I'm taking a shower for that.
so here's my thing.
I mean, there's
like,
a purpose for both, right?
I like the idea of a bubble bath. I don't actually like baths. Every single time I do one,
Okay.
I feel like a naked mole rat sitting in there. I don't like it. Once I am sitting in there, I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
Anything.
Read a book?
Read a book.
Like
Scroll on
I've
your
tried like
phone.
reading a book. The
Take a
pages-
nap?
The pages get wet. I don't really scroll on my phone. Take a nap in the water. I'll drown. Who's taking naps in the bathtub? Name one time you've taken a nap in the bathtub.
I can probably name multiple.
At sleeping in the bathtub?
Yeah.
I've tried I've tried setting
It's
them
a
on.
hangover like trick for me.
Really?
Yes. Does
I
it
don't-
work? No.
So
But
I don't usually get hangovers, but I've also never heard that as a hangover trick.
well, I don't think it's necessarily a hangover trick. It's more of a when I'm really hungover, I need to do things that make me feel better.
Oh.
Also, I cannot handle being awake right now. So,
So you are napping in there.
yeah, maybe.
So
Yeah, maybe I am.
I like the idea of a bath. Like I'm like, okay, yeah, it's gonna be relaxing. It's gonna be good. I don't know if I know how to relax. I also just like recently learned that during Shavasana. Okay, let me ask you a question. This is very genuine.
Okay.
A little off topic, but very genuine question that I need answered.
Okay.
You know how in yoga they'll be like, set your intention for the day.
Sure.
Okay, well, to me, that means like plan out your day, like figure out what you're gonna do. So I'm like, okay, well, today I'm gonna go to Lowe's, like start a new project. Like I am rip roaring ready to go. So then, usually right before Shavasana, they're like, okay, like recenter on your intention. So I'm like, all right, I gotta get to Lowe's. I need to hook up my trailer. I need to repair my chicken coop. I need to like fix my fence. I need to start a new project in my house. I'm doing a project. That is going on in my mind. And then they're like, all right, lay here. I'm like, what are we laying here for? We just set our intention. We just set our intention. So I casually mentioned this to my husband. I'm like, people are so slow when they're leaving yoga. Meanwhile, I'm like, come on, let's get out of here. Let's go. Like, don't you guys have good intentions for today? And my husband goes, what are you talking about? During Shavasana, you're supposed to like clear your mind. That is not the intention. And I was like, I don't think that that's true. He's like, your mind's supposed to be blank. It's supposed to be just like relaxing. And I'm like, so you're telling me when they say, quote unquote, set your intention, they do not mean
Plan
plan your day,
No,
what you're
they
going to
don't.
do today.
No.
What do you think
You
about What do
know
you think it means?
I know what it means. And it's not plan your day.
Not like I intend
It's usually
to blah, blah, blah.
it's usually for me like a evening yoga. Oh, be grateful or like forget.
Me, it's like I intend to, and then
Nope.
long list. The entire yoga
Nope.
session, I'm thinking about project A, project B. I'm gonna do this in my house. I'm gonna build this. I'm gonna.
I mean, it
fix
makes
this.
sense why you're so productive. Keep doing it. Why would you stop?
When I leave yoga,
Why would you stop?
when I leave yoga, I am like a tornado.
Yeah.
I am like ready to go.
No,
I'm
never.
more stressed after yoga than I've ever been before. I have all of these plans. I need to
No.
get to Lowe's.
You're like first stop.
Lowe's.
Lowe's.
You-
I would say there's a 78% chance that if I'm checking your location on Find My Friends, you're at Lowe's.
I'm always at Lowe's.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm at Lowe's a
that's-
lot.
Don't change.
Little did I know that is what everyone is doing. I would actually like to know how many of you during Shavasana are you like, oh yeah, I love laying here, and how many of you are like, come on, let's get it going. I got projects to do.
That's gonna be our next poll.
I need to know.
Here's this. What if you're doing yoga at 9 p.m.?
Then I do it for like what I intend to do the next day.
Okay, no.
And you know what? I've done projects. Ask my neighbors till 1 a.m. before.
That's true. You do that. Most people
it'll-
don't though.
I know it'll be like 3 in the morning. I'm in the garage with my saws, cutting wood. Sometimes my neighbor goes into work like night shift really late. My garage is open, my lights are on. I'm working out there. They're like, "What you doing?"
To like really figure this out. I mean, we can ask our audience, and we will.
Yeah.
We'll ask you guys, but we'll consult like a professional.
Yeah,
Should we travel to like India
and ask them like, "Hey,
and ask
what
like,
are you when you say quote unquote set your intention?"
do you mean go to Lowe's?
I kind of do want to ask our yoga instructor their perception on this. I think
I think that would be a
feel
great-
like they're gonna agree with me.
I think it would be a great social experiment, and I would bet a lot of money that they're not going to agree with you. But I don't think that you should change.
I really wish that I had it on film when I said this to my husband, and he was like, basically broke his neck turning to look at me and be like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Yeah, like what you intend to do for the day."
Yeah, intention.
And
Duh.
to the point where I was like kind of getting a little bit annoyed about like, what do you mean that's not what you do?
What do you
And
mean?
he's
What do you
like,
mean?
He's like, no, that's not what you're supposed to do.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the jury's still out.
The jury's still out, but I do want to know what people's opinions are. We want to know your opinion on all of the things that we've talked about today. We have a few more, so we'll be posting them throughout the week when we air this episode. Thanks for joining us on our episode, and we hope that you tune in and share us with all of your friends and family.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Shalaborate. We can't wait to bring you more episodes.
Don't forget to follow, like, and drop us a review. Our episodes are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Patreon.
If you liked the show, post it on your social media and pass it along. Women supporting women is the whole point.
We'll be back next week with more opinions, more stories, and more collaboration.
Until then, I'm Kath.
And I'm Kyra. This podcast is for the girls. Thank you.